March 3rd. You were in New York for this hearing, and you thought the NFL made a very compelling case. Ultimately, why did the Second Circuit reinstate Brady's suspension?
Maggie, I think two judges on the Second Circuit decided that at the end of the day, Roger Goodell is accorded broad latitude in his decision-making as an arbitrator. So when Goodell heard Brady's appeal, he really wasn't acting as the commissioner, he was acting as an arbitrator. And under federal law, arbitrators have broad latitude. And also, two of the judges felt that the NFLPA hadn't achieved or obtained any relevant procedural safeguards that would lead to a different conclusion. So two of the three judges felt that way. One of them felt the opposite. One of them felt that really Brady was railroaded. But it's a 2-to-1 vote, and that's what the NFL needs.
The decision written by two of the judges, it goes through many of the specifics from the Wells report. Do they think that Brady was involved in the scheme to deflate footballs?
I think, Maggie, that I don't know if they would put it that way. I think they would say that Goodell was permitted to come to the conclusion that Brady had some involvement with football. So I think from their vantage point, they don't need to decide what Brady did or didn't do. They only needed to decide if Goodell was authorized to reach the conclusions that he did. And they felt that there was enough there in the Wells report, there was enough there in the appeal for Goodell, again, using a very permissive standard of review when the judges are looking at how Goodell acted, that it was acceptable.
Of course, that is all laid out in the collective bargaining agreement. Okay, Michael, what can Brady do next?
Well, Brady can do several things. The most likely is that he'll petition for an on-bank review. An on-bank review would be all of the judges on the Second Circuit, or some of them, hearing a reappeal, basically, hearing it over again. And if that were to be granted, we're talking about months from now before there's a hearing, and then additional months before there's any kind of decision. Probably we're looking at into 2017 at that point, though I should stress that these rehearings are rarely granted. It's only about 1% of the time. On the other hand, Brady may have an advantage in that the chief judge of the court was the dissenting judge, and that's an important point. This was not just a typical judge. This was the chief judge saying the other two got it wrong. That may be helpful.